Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Nashville Superspeedway weekend that happened recently for the Truck, Xfinity and Cup Series. But first, before we get into it, we have to talk about the next weekend, which will be Pocono. Now Pocono is, I guess, a little bit different compared to the other weekend races. That is because of one thing that NASCAR decided to change last season, which they carried over to this season. So Friday, June 25th, it will be the ARCA Monarch Series race. On Saturday, June 26th, it will be the Truck and Cup Series race. The Truck race for the running of the CRC Bracklin 150. And the NASCAR Cup Series, it will be the first Pocono race. And then on a Sunday, it will be the Xfinity Series for running of the Pocono Green 225 Recycled by JP Masco and Sons, and another Pocono race in the same weekend for the Cup Series for running of the Explore the Pocono Mountains 350. So those are the, I guess, races which will be happening at Pocono, and I guess we'll also talk about the Truck Series first, as we always do, and it was won by someone who actually made the first Truck Series debut. And he is a Cup Series regular. It was Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece, out of all people, somehow won the Nashville Superspeedway race for the Truck Series. Obviously, he's not competing for points, but he won in the Team DGR racing truck. Second to him was Todd Gilliland. Then Grant Enfinger, Zane Smith, Stuart Friesen, Matt Crafton, Ben Rhodes, Ty Majeski coming back in the number 66, Austin Hill, and our points leader John Hunter Nemechek ran at the top 10. Then Jack Wood, who will be completing the rest of the season in the number 24 truck, Johnny Sauter, Chandler Smith, Sheldon Creed, Chase Purdy, Carson Hocevar, Parker Kligerman, Tanner Gray, Josh Berry, and Tate Fogelman. Notable finishes outside of the top 20, we have Haley Deegan 21st, 22nd Ross Chastain, 23rd Tyler Ankrum, 24th Drew Dollar, 26th Ryan Truex, 35th Al Polster, Derek Kraus, and 36th William Byron, who was competing for a second Rackley War truck. Drivers who failed to qualify: the number 49 CMI Motorsports truck of JJ Yaley, the number 68 Clay Greenfield Racing truck Clay Greenfield, the number 35 Brent Holmes Racing truck Brent Holmes, number 20 Young's Motorsports truck Spencer Boyd, number 3 Jordan Anderson Racing truck Heath McGee, and number 33 Reunion Brothers Racing Josh Reunion. Now, so this race was pretty good. I watch your highlights, so you need to take it with a grain of salt. But it was a pretty good race. William Byron, I think, had an engine issue at the end of stage 1. Derek Kraus, our pole sitter, who also won stage 1. What happened to him? I think he crashed out, if I remember correctly. I can't actually remember. I can't remember. I think Trey Hutchins had a problem. Trying to remember all the stuff that happened, but yeah. So obviously, so as I already mentioned, stage 1 winner was Derek Kraus. Stage 2 winner was Chandler Smith. Also, just a little bit of news as well. For the Truck Series only. Well, it also affects the Cup Series, but GMS Racing, who runs the I'm trying to remember that, the 21, the 23, and the 24 trucks. They'll be actually competing for the NASCAR Cup Series next season. We don't know who driver. Well, we don't know who's the driver is going to be. We don't know the manufacturer. Most likely a Chevy. But we don't know anything else. So all we know is that GMS Racing will be competing for the Cup Series. So that was the Truck Series for the running of the Rackley Roofing 200. We now move on to the Xfinity Series, and he has finally done it, ladies and gentlemen. He may retire, I don't know though, but it was Kyle Busch who won the race in Nashville, which now he has 100 Xfinity Series wins. Second to him was Justin Allgaier, then Harrison Burton, Josh Berry, AJ Allmendinger, Brandon Jones, Jeb Burton, Noah Gragson, Austin Hill making his Xfinity Series debut, and Riley Herbst ran out the top 10. Jeremy Clements, Michael Annett, Daniel Hemrick, Will Rogers making his Xfinity Series debut as well, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Seek, Alex LeBay, Ryan Vargas, Justin Haley, and Tommy John Martins ran out the top 20. None of the finishes outside of the top 20. 23rd place, Brent Moffitt. 26th place, Natalie Decker. 31st place, Maya Snyder. 32nd place, Austin Cindric. And 35th place, Brandon Brown. For other qualified drivers, the number 42 Motorsport Business Management Toyota Chad Fincham. Number 13, SS Green Racing. I think, no, MBM as well. MBM Motorsports, I think it was a Toyota or Chevy. I don't know. Timmy Hill. Number 0, JD Motorsports, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Number 15, JD Motorsports, Colby Howard. Number 90, DGM Racing, Chevy, Dylan Bassett. And number 52, Means Racing, Chevy, Gray Golding. So, first of all, Stephen Parsons, the number 99, he was driving the Doge car. He crashed out, I think hit the outside wall. Also, shout out to Matt Mills with a really good avoidance. So maybe show a clip of it on screen, but it was a pretty nice avoidance. It was very close. Brandon Brown, I can't remember what happened to him. I think an engine failure, maybe even brakes, maybe he did crash. I have no clue. I can't remember. But I do remember is I think somewhere in stage 2, Kyle Busch and Justin Allgaier were going at it. Exiting turn 4, they both got a little bit loose, and then the back of the field went crazy. Daniel Hemrick, Michael Annett, and Austin Cindric crashed. Cindric got the worst of it, which caused him to retire. Annett and Hemrick recovered. They finished 12th and 13th, so they recovered pretty well from that collision. They only had minor damage, but Cindric obviously got the worst. Maya Snyder, where did he crash? I think he crashed in the outside wall, if I remember correctly. I think he had a collision with Ryan Sieg. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. Oh wait, I think that was Texas I'm thinking of. I think Snyder also crashed as well, but I can't remember. But yeah, not really going well for Snyder. So obviously Kyle Busch now has his 100th career Xfinity Series win. Obviously before, I think earlier, I think at Texas, was it Texas? Or Coda, I can't remember. He said if he gets 100 wins, he will retire from Xfinity Series racing. We don't know if he actually will retire, but we'll see. And finally, the Cup Series. So that was the Xfinity Series for the running of the Tennessee Lottery 250. Now for the Cup Series, it was obviously won by dominant Kyle Larson. Is anyone surprised? No, no one is surprised. So obviously Larson has been on tear. I think this is his third win, fourth win if you count the All-Star race, which was an expedition, but third win. Larson's been on a tear, I just want to say. Yeah. So second to him was Ross Chastain. He also had a really good run. Then William Byron, our pole sitter Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick driving that beautiful Gravedigger car. I really actually want that car. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Suarez, Kurt Busch, Christopher Bell, Joe Logano running at the top 10. Then Kyle Busch, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Alex Bowman, Corey LaJoie, Michael McDowell, Anthony Alfredo, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, and Bubba Wallace. Notable finishes outside of the top 20. 21st place, Denny Hamlin. 22nd place, Mark Truex Jr. 23rd place, Brad Keselowski. 24th place, Matt DiBenedetto. 30th place, Cole Custer. 31st place, Chase Briscoe. 36th place, Chris Buescher. 37th place, Ryan Blaney. And 39th place, Chase Elliott. So first of all, about Elliott, he didn't actually retire, but he was actually disqualified after, I think it was a loose lug nut, if I remember correctly. It was a loose lug nut that happened. and obviously he was not very happy about that. Um, but rules are rules. What else can I really say? So, for Ryan Blaney, he hit the wall pretty hard. I think an engine failure failed on him. Chris Buescher, he had a collision, I think, with Justin Haley. Even though the first caution was actually by Quinn Half on like lap one. It's like a loose tire somehow. I don't know how that happened, but it did happen, I guess. I think the rest just had a really bad run. Bubba Wallace, I think, actually spun out twice, if I remember correctly. So, oh goddy. But Larson, once again, like, oh my, I don't know how. Mm, I don't know what else to really say, but damn, Larson's been on the tear. So let's not talk about the standings. So the standings, for the Truck Series, John Hunt Nemechek still in the lead. Ben Rose second, Austin Hill, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, Granite Finger, Sheldon Creed, Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, Carson Hocevar rounding out the top 10. Then, I did not do this earlier. There you go. Then, Chandler Smith, Johnny Sauter, Austin Wayne Self, Tyler Ankrum, Derek Krause, Ryan Truex, Haley Deegan, Tanner Gray, Rafael Lessard not counted, Chase Purdy. And this is what the playoffs looks like. So John Hunt, Nemechek, Ben Rose, Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, all advanced. Then Zane Smith, Austin Hill, Grant Finger, Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, and Carson Hocevar. So it's really on the bubble on 10th place for who's really up to go, because I think the rest maybe Friesen, but I think the rest definitely touch. I think it's going to be up against Hocevar, Smith, and Sauter. That's just my guess. If one of these guys actually win a race before the playoff starts for them, I can't remember when, but it starts pretty early. But then, oh damn. So that is the Truck Series. Let's now move on to the Xfinity Series. So the Xfinity Series has one, but well, it is currently in the lead of Austin Cindric. Then AJ Allmendinger second. Then Daniel Hemrick, Harrison Burton, Justin Allgaier, Jeb Burton, Justin Haley, Brandon Jones, Noah Gragson, Mike Cornett running out the top 10. Jeremy Clements, Brandon Brown rounding out the playoffs, even though they're not technically in the playoffs. I know it's weird still. Riley Herbst, Maya Snyder, Josh Berry, Ryan Sieg, Ty Gibbs, who's not in it, Landon Castle, Alex LeBay, Tommy John Martins. So this is what the playoffs looks like currently. Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Jeb Burton, Harrison Burton, Justin Haley, Maya Snyder, Brandon Jones, Noah Gragson rounding out the top 10. Then in playoffs, it is Mike Cornett and Josh Berry. I think Josh Berry is still in the playoffs, which is weird. I thought he was ineligible, but I guess he's still in it. But I'm very confused about that. Then behind them, Jeremy Clements, who's actually 5 points behind Berry, mainly Berry. Then Brandon Brown, Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Landon Castle, Alex LeBay, and Tommy John Martins. It is definitely going to be from 9th place below. Maybe even Brandon Brown has a chance, but he's a little bit far back. Jeremy Clements definitely has a chance. If he wins in the next couple, he does really well in the next couple races, then he's definitely in. So, oh god, that's gonna be some playoff implication. Now we move on to the Cup Series, and Denny Hamlin's still in the lead, but Kyle Larson is catching up by only a separation of 10 points. Third to him is William Byron, then Chase Elliott, Joe Logano, Kyle Busch, Mark Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell round out the playoffs. Then Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Matt DiBenedetto, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, which I'm only going to show. For the playoffs, it is Kyle Larson in the lead, then Mark Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Joe Logano, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, top 10, Michael Arnett, Christopher Bell, then Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, Austin Dillon. It's gonna be very, very hard for the drivers outside of the playoffs to even get a spot in the playoffs because there's so many winners and the point deficit above the cut line is massive. It's gonna be very, very tough. I think Kurt Busch maybe has a chance if he keeps this up with the great runs. Then yeah, I'm actually gonna be quite excited for that. So a reminder that Pocono will be on. Pocono will be next for the Xfinity for Cup Xfinity and Trucks, and also as a reminder as well for all the playoffs. With the playoffs coming in, I guess a little not really hot, but it is getting close. September is about to be around the corner. Well, mainly it's going to be July be around the corner, but in a couple of corners it'll be September for the Cup Series, which we start at Darlington. For the Xfinity Series, it will start in Las Vegas in September, and the Truck Series that will start in August. And the Truck Series only has 3 more races, 3 more races until the playoffs begin for them. So the Truck Series, it's gonna be very interesting to see how they go. But that's really about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.